Trash Cinema 101. Oh, hello. Hi. Welcome to Trash Cinema 101. I'm your host, Logan Donahoo, here every single week on Mondays and Wednesdays, and any other time that my cat decides to nap behind me while live on the stream. I hope you can see him over my shoulder. Anyway, I just wanted to say hello and I hope you guys are having a lovely Monday. It looks like we got a couple viewers so far. Let me know, housekeeping wise, how everything sounds. I know my background music, there we go, was a little loud there for a second. Yeah, I hope you guys had a lovely weekend. Tell me in the chat room if you're here, if you're looking forward to today's film, which, ooh, I have treats for you in store. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun show. By the way, everything that I do, as always, is brought to you by my lovely supporters over on Patreon. Thank you so much to everybody that supports me on there or donates via my various tip jars as well. I have all of those available on my website, logandonahoo.com. I have a whole list of links, and while you're at it, you can also stalk me on every single format of a thing you want to see me on. I'm on TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and all the things, Instagram. It's fun and delicious, and I want to give you options for putting me into your eye holes. Yay! Hello, future Reverend Joe Columbus. So yeah, I have some things for you guys as far as the quiz goes, but before we get there, also I want to say you can also send me anything you want to my P.O. box, nice and anonymous, just the way we like it, over at my P.O. box. That is Logan Donahoo, P.O. Box 1503, Orlando, Florida 32802. I haven't gotten much in there for a while, so fill it up. Go ahead, just give me all of it. I know, he's just like, my cat's just this like ball of fluff, like right over my boop shoulder, like right there. There's a boop, just right there. Some people have a chip on their shoulder. I have a cat. By the way, I tried exfoliating today. I went to the protest last week on Tuesday, and I'm still peely, cause for all the Puerto Rican in me, I also am still part Anglo, and I very easily burn when I haven't been out in the sun in a long time, which is exactly the boat that I'm in right now. Oh no, I'm not out of Albolene. The Albolene is right on stock right here. With also, since I am a responsible movie watcher, I have my video head cleaner as well, just in case I have needs. So, but then again, Albolene also is expensive, so if you choose to fund it, I won't mind. let's go ahead. It looks like we have a handful of viewers there. Hi, Wayne. Hi, Jack. Jack Pine's blacksmithing. Hi. You're streaming me while at work. Hi. Anyway, let's go into our game. If you feel sassy, if you want to throw this up on your laptop or television or whatever, you can play along using your mobile device. Whoop, let's go into it. Bam. Today's game on Kahoot, the room number is 7922190. Again, that's 7922190. Let me actually pull that up with a little Halloweeny music in the background. 7922. Ooh, spoopy. So you can either go to kahoot.it on your phone, or if you have the Kahoot app as well, that you can use that as well. I personally like the website version. It's more fun. Ooh, we got 6 players. Hey, Rox! That's now my policy. I'm now calling people by what they're named in the game. I always struggle with, like, do I call you this? I don't know. We got Wayne. By the way, in the chat room, has anyone ever seen this film before? Let me know. Yay! And Jack. Hoo-dee-hoo! I'm drinking some freshly brewed iced tea today. Fresh. I just battled it out at Publix. It's like Thunderdome in there every single day now. Ooh, call me daddy. I will. Instead of calling you daddy, I will just simply call you daddy. We have call me daddy, Jack and Wayne and Rox. Anyone else? Looks like we have 5 viewers, 6 viewers right now. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. They want to have a good weekend. Chill out, get some stuff done. Fight the good fight. All the above. Multitasking. Politics in a time of COVID. Which, by the way, at the end of the broadcast, for those that might have to tune out early or whatever, at the very, very end of the broadcast, I'm going to give a whole bunch of links that you can help here locally or nationally, as far as moving community resources to other organizations other than the police, demilitarizing the police, helping people bail out of jail because they were peacefully protesting and got arrested for BS reasons, and other things. I'm going to put all of that at the end, though. That way, we can rejoin the world and feel activated. Also, I'm giving y'all a free movie to watch. Oh, we got Jared! We have Jared in the room! Every time I see the name Jared, I think of the old commercials of, "You got it at Jared!" Which, if you haven't seen it, there's this drag queen named Milk who was in RuPaul's Drag Race, and she did this like parody of the "He got it at Jared" videos, like commercials, but like just deconstructs it into absurdist screaming. Like she just has tinfoil around one of her fingers, her makeup's falling off at one point. It's everything. Alright, we got 5 players. I feel sassy. We can start this. For anyone that's joining us a little bit later, by all means, you can join in by bouncing on to 7922190 at kahoot.it. Let's get this easy going. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yes. Monstrosity / Atomic Brain Quiz. True or false? The film's director most famously wrote a book on cinematography that's still taught today. True or false? Joseph Mascielli, the film's director, most famously wrote a book on cinematography that's still used to this day. Yeah, going way late at night to Publix to avoid cage matches, Roxy. Like, you have the right idea. Like, voof. All the protests, all the time. I decided to make today's quiz mostly a little easier. I think I've been going too hard on y'all with these pop quizzes. They are meant for people that have never seen the film before. It's supposed to be just stabs in the dark trivia, but I want to make it nice and fun. Looks like we got one more person looking to answer. The quicker you answer, the more points you get. Just saying. Yay! Hello, Scott. Oh, Marissa's coming to pick you. Yay! Boop. Ooh, all four people that answered. Yes, it is in fact true. This is his only feature film, but he did actually write a book on cinematography. It's called The 5 C's of Cinematography, and it is still taught to this day, like as one of many good textbooks out there on it. We got, boom! In the lead, we have Jared, followed by Call Me Daddy, then followed by Rox, Wayne, and then Jack, who might be still in a work meeting, and I don't want to disturb him. Okay. Number 2. How many years did it take for the filming of the finished movie to come out from filming for the finished movie to come out? Was it 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, or 20 years? How many years did it take from filming for the finished movie to come out? 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years. This film was delayed. Let's say that. Bum, 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 bum. Got 5 answers. Come on in, enter on in. Take a guess. Stab in the dark. It's okay. Yeah, and the next question, we go into why it was delayed for this period of time. It's very interesting. Boom, 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 and time. 3 people. Yep, it was in fact 5 years. Let's see who got that answer. Call Me Daddy taking the lead just barely, followed by Jared, and then Rox, followed by Wayne, and then Scott. Scott is on there anyway. I celebrate you, Scott. All right, next question. What big changes did they do to the film over those 5 years? Was it they changed the title, they added a narrator, they fired the director, or all the above? What big changes did they do to the film over those 5 years? Did they change the title, add a narrator, fire the director, all the above? So, while we're waiting for those last couple people to enter in their answer, the interesting thing about this is there's been several different prints. Like a lot of these public domain movies, after they go into public domain, you can hack them up and do whatever you want with them, basically. The audio sometimes is copywritten. Whoop! Yep, all the above. They really did. So yeah, they changed the title from Monstrosity to The Atomic Brain. Most people know it as The Atomic Brain. That's what it aired on TV and ended up in like the $5 DVD bins for decades. And before that, VHS copies as The Atomic Brain. Very little difference other than they change the beginning slightly. Like they re-edit what happens in the beginning and they take out a really cool skeleton. So I found you the really cool skeleton and the original version of it, where it's called Monstrosity, not the Atomic Brain. It's a really good print too, so I think you guys will like that. So let's see who got points on that one. Call Me Daddy, followed by Rox, Jared, and then we have multiple versions of Wayne. Bless. Okay. Coming up next, let's see. 4 of 8. What is the plot of this film? Is it a rich old lady wants to put her brain into a young body? A doctor keeps his fiance's head alive in a pan of liquid? A bunch of cats sing about their life until one gets reincarnated? Or a girl plays organ in Utah until we find out she's actually dead? What is the plot of this film? Is it a rich old lady wants to put her brain into a young body? A doctor keeps his fiance's head alive in the pan of a liquid? A bunch of cats sing about their life until one gets reincarnated? Or a girl plays organ in Utah until we find out she's actually dead? Enter in your answers, 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 enter answers. You bet. Bop. 3 of these are actually films that we watched before. That's a hint. And by we watched before, I mean I've watched before. One of them we can't see due to copyright. Let's see. 4 people got it. Yep, a rich old lady wants to put her brain into a young body. This film actually has like really interesting parallels to Get Out of all films. A lot of people talk about Get Out like it's Stepford Wives, which it kind of is, but yeah, this plays with that. Let's go see. We have Call Me Daddy on a streak, followed by Rox and then Jared. Boop. Let's see. According to the film, which one is not a body the old lady, Mrs. March, has to choose from? Is it the little Mexican, the girl from Vienna, the buxom blonde, or the leggy Canadian? The film names 3 different people that Mrs. March, the aforementioned old lady, has to pick from which body she wants to end up into. So which one of these is not one of the descriptors they use in the film? Is it the little Mexican, the girl from Vienna, the buxom blonde, or the leggy Canadian? All of them sound like burlesque taglines. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. She's the blank, oh blank, Nastina Deluxe. Get on up, turn me on, get on up. Last answers. People filling in blanks. Using all the time. Ooh, the leggy Canadian. No one got it. No, really, they name all the other 3. Little Mexican, girl from Vienna, buxom blonde, leggy Canadian. That did not change anyone's scoring. But let's move on to number 6. Actress Marjorie Eaton, Mrs. March, was also in the Star Wars franchise. What did she play, or who did she play? The Emperor, Chewbacca's wife, a random Ewok, or Princess Leia's grandma? She was in the Star Wars franchise. Marjorie Eaton, the actress that plays the aforementioned old lady, Mrs. March. Who did she play in the Star Wars franchise? I'll give you a hint. It's a bit part. It's real quick. Was it the Emperor, Chewbacca's wife, a random Ewok, or Princess Leia's grandma? Everyone thought it was Princess Leia's grandma. No, it was actually the Emperor. Okay. The original version of the Emperor, where you see him in just a projection, and you see his mouth, and you see his eyes. His eyes are like this superimposed mask of like chimpanzee eyes, and the mouth and rest of his face is actually Marjorie Eaton, who plays Mrs. March in this one. She was uncredited. People thought it was the makeup artist's wife. She was only in the test versions. Marjorie Eaton made it into the actual film version, uncredited, for years. But now, years later, decades later, now that people have restored the old one, the first version that actually aired in theaters, people care about it, and they have finally given her the credit that she deserves, for, even though she was voice-overed, even though she's just lip-syncing to dialogue, still, that's her face. She was in it. She was the Emperor. All right, let's see who got that. Only one person got that. Ooh, Rox, that brings you on up. All right. 7 out of 8. This is a multiple select. Which two are not monsters around the lab? Is it a random wolf man, a shambling zombie girl, a drag queen vampire, or ominous tentacles coming out of a vat? You have to select 2 of them. 2 of these are not real. Which 2 are not monsters around the lab? Is it random wolfman, shambling zombie girl, drag queen vampire, or ominous tentacles coming out of a vat? Oh, Wayne, your Kahoot froze. Yeah, they, so Ian McDermott wasn't originally the face. They used her in the very, very, very first time you see the Emperor, rather. And then they ended up replacing him. Ooh, drag queen vampire and ominous tentacles. A lot of you got that. Let us see who got that for realsies. Roxy, oop, got it, followed by Call Me Daddy, and then Jared. All right, Roxy in the lead. This last one is an open-ended question. It's worth double the points. The character Anita gets her brain replaced by what animal? Type in your answer. It's a one-word animal. It's an animal you've seen. It's an animal I joked about today twice. Anita gets her brain replaced by an animal. What animal does Anita look like there? What sort of psychological change is Anita going through in her life? Are you going through it, Anita? Anita. We want to help you, Anita. I am looking for the one-word answer, but I have it programmed to where it'll even accept the article A before it if you wanted to. A blank, or just the animal itself. Let's see what people said. Dog, monkey, cat, mouse. 2 people got it. Let's see who got the cat answer. She does get her brain replaced with the cat. In 3rd place, we have Jared, followed by 2nd place. Ooh, Rox. That means in 1st place, Call Me Daddy. Congratulations, Call Me Daddy. Oh, good job. Followed by Jack and Wayne, of course. Good playing along. I celebrate all of you. Call Me Daddy. Who is Call Me Daddy? Tell me in the chat room. I want to know. I want to know. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had fun. I hope you had fun. All right, so before we get started with this, again, I want to thank everybody that ends up supporting me on my Patreon. You guys are awesome for doing that. You make all of this happen. You make all of it possible. You give me good lighting. You let me feed my cat nice pate from Publix, which I gave him, and now he's in a full beautiful fish coma because of it. So, oh, Joe, was that you? Joe, congratulations, you won! And you beat Wayne, fair and square. You definitely would have beaten him even if his Kahoot froze up and ruined some of his answers. I believe in you. And also, of course, after the film, stay tuned because I'm going to go over some resources to support the Black Lives Matter movement here in Orlando and throughout the nation. So, without further ado, let's get into some fun and silliness with today's featurette, Monstrosity, a.k.a. the Atomic Brain. Enjoy.
Is the secret of eternal life just around that corner? Today, medical science patches up mutilated bodies, transplanting human skin, eyes, limbs, even vital organs.
Yes, they do.
Is the next step the transplantation of the human brain?
Yes.
Many scientists answer yes, but they pause and add a grim warning.
Grim warning here.
For in the ancient folk legends, tales are told of blood-sucking vampires, crawling out of graves to live on the bodies of helpless victims.
We just want to do all the monsters.
Is man now doomed to produce a race of ever-living monstrosities, worse than the vampires of legend? Will ruthless men and women of great wealth and power greedily buy or steal the living bodies of the young and beautiful, so their brains may live on forever? Such questions may seem fanciful, but at this very moment, scientists are working on the answer to brain transplantation. And human bodies are used. This girl was buried in a nearby cemetery yesterday.
Hey.
Only a few hours ago, her body was stolen.
This is the weirdest version of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
By Dr. Otto Frank.
No, gonna lie, that's what I wear to
hidden
Publix.
Laboratory. He has grafted a living animal's brain into this newly dead body.
Exotic.
If the experiment works, the next step will be the transplantation of a human brain. The brain cells are being reactivated by an atomic fission produced in the cyclotron.
Toilets were complicated back then. Good, Roxy, good. Okay. No more partying inside the CO2 canister.
Has he found the way to outwit death?
As I look up at the cashier.
Or has he created another?
Spooky skeletons! And that is the only difference between versions of this film. That is the version for Monstrosity. They hacked it up and made it not cute for Atomic Brain. I wanted to give you skeletons. You're welcome. Hot cadavers and hot, hot corpses. Hi, my name's John. They hired me to explore these
catacombs. Deep below, Dr. Frank takes the chance of smashing his way into a newly sealed vault. His experiments cannot continue without another body.
Smashing? Is that smashing into another? Oh. Okay.
The watchman's mind was not on body snatchers, just his usual nip.
Oh, drunkards. Hiding alcohol in a graveyard. I have got all my vices mixed up. Here I am with carbohydrates. I could be drinking in a graveyard. That's right. You got some Wolfman action up in here.
Inside the vault, a body waits.
So the film lost funding. And so in those 5 years when they tried editing it together, they had to add this narration just so it makes sense.
This is one of the doctor's mistakes, a monstrosity. An animal's brain grafted to a human body.
Not gonna lie.
Leaving the dead watchman, the monstrosity carried the girl's body out of the vault.
Wolfman
It
monstrosity
fears
is
and
cute.
obeys one master, Dr. Frank.
Oh, did he get a padlock necklace out of it and everything? No? Okay. It's okay, I can put him on my dental plan. It can be love. Love. Quiet lurkings, lurking with a body. I have the exact setup on my hatchback of my smart car. I mean, I don't put dead bodies inside of it, but I now feel like I've been unimaginative all these years. Unimaginative all these years. Years go by and I'm here still driving in the Ecto 5. Is it Ecto 5? Ecto 2. Ecto 1? Ghostbusters reference? Okay. No, they ran out of the money. Like, they spent it all. They shot it in 10 days. Meanwhile, on the set of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, combine graveyards with snack food. Just roll up in a graveyard with like a box of Hostess cakes and just Little Debbie's. Little Debbie's are better than Hostess in my opinion. I'm team soft. Any and all soft products from Little Debbie that I can just cram into my gullet, I'm down.
Here beneath the old mansion, the doctor carefully prepared for another transplant.
Oh.
This body had been in the vault for only a few hours. Chances seemed better this time.
Holler hey.
Still, Dr. Frank was doubtful.
Okay.
Tissue in dead bodies deteriorates rapidly. Where were the live, fresh bodies he'd been promised?
I mean, in
He
dance
bitterly
rehearsal?
resents that every step forward depends on the whim of a miserly old woman brooding upstairs in her bedroom.
Let's meet her.
And Hetty March wonders.
Atta
Has she been
girl.
a fool, squandering money on this strange experiment? Money hoarded through a long, greedy lifetime, each day more money, each day death getting closer. Ah, but to start life again in a brand new body.
This actress
Beautiful and
only...
young. No price can be too high for that. Can she really trust the doctor? Can she really trust anyone? Hasn't everyone tried to cheat her? Wanting her money while they smiled at her ugliness? But they never got a penny. Oh, how she made them sweat.
This actress only did roles
Especially
when she was
this
older.
old fool, companion and gigolo. How many years she's kept him dangling on promises.
Companion
Well,
and
sometimes
gigolo.
it's convenient to have a man, especially when he comes cheaper than servants.
That the Austrian girl?
Lionel Rhodes, 18, no family, pleasing personality, whatever that might mean. Thick ankles, pimply face, but she always smiles when she's spoken to, very likely.
Well, application forms for a servant girl don't usually include bust, waist, and hip measurements.
Bust measurements.
All three will be here tomorrow, and then you can choose.
Early this evening at Greenhaven Cemetery, the body snatchers brutally murdered night watchman Robert Payne, 62, who evidently interrupted his
messy.
killers during their ghoulish task. His neck was
Ghoulish.
broken. The imprint of a huge pair of hands was found on his throat. It's the opinion of the police that the same gang that has previously...
Ring for Dr. Frank.
They're gonna blame it on protesters.
So that's what he was doing.
Too soon? Okay. How does one put the mind into the body of the young and beautiful? Meanwhile, in the hot tub of Club Orlando, you're not luxurious until you get slowly lowered into a hot tub at your local bathhouse. Slowly inserted. Yes. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Oh, she walks.
More of this hocus pocus, Eddie.
The doctor transplanted a brain from a live dog to a dead human body. You saw the creature walk out of that cylinder alive.
How many failures since then? Still, it's your money. The bodies must be fresh. This specimen is excellent.
And the police are looking for the body snatcher.
By the local cemetery, Doctor, are you trying to blaze a trail to our door?
The final test was essential for your protection. As for the police, if they come here, I hit this switch, a nuclear reaction is set off. Close the circuit breaker, and in a matter of minutes, this house and any evidence it might contain becomes a radioactive hole in the ground.
Be careful.
But we can wait for that until after your operation.
Well, nothing must go wrong.
I like that she just moaned at the idea of a radioactive. Ah!
There's no sign of life.
Watch.
You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. I don't want to be a brunette. I will be Aryan in afterlife as well.
She lacks but one thing. The brain. Hans was still living when he was dragged from that wrecked car. That's why we succeeded with the transplant.
She seems alive.
She is, to a limited extent. She'll be able to move around, but the brain deterioration is too extensive for thought processes.
Tap, 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 tap. Like, don't do that. They tell you at the zoo. They tell you at the aquarium. Don't do it to the zombie girl. Rando, some shambling zombie girl. Now that I told you all it's the Emperor, you'll see that from now on. Totally look up the original Emperor, like, scene. Traveling music. Traveling music. Ka-ka. I like to put on my clothes with a roller and a brush.
Say, pardon me, but how far is Hollywood from here?
Hollywood?
All right, let's see. 16 kilometers, about 10 miles. Which way? That way. Are you going to Hollywood? No such luck. I'm what's known as a born domestic. For the next 12 months, I'll be scrubbing floors and making beds.
What is that accent?
But when my time's up, Hollywood will look out. That's strange. A foreign domestic agency paid my passage, too. I'm from Vienna, Austria.
Oh.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm from England. No.
She looks like a young Moira
Is this your
Rose.
first trip? Yes. I'm awfully excited.
Por favor. I know speak English very good.
Oh, God. Yo tomo 2 años de lingüista en mi colegio y también mi amiga mejor es cubana. Y también yo quiero Oreos en mi boca. Ah.
Are you going to work for Mrs. March, too? This sounds like a sister act.
Sisters, sisters.
You too?
Nina Road,
Yes, sir.
Anita Gonzalez,
Couldn't pronounce Gonzalez.
Beatrice Mullins, eh?
That's right. Are you Mr. March?
No, I work for Mrs. March. Phone.
Technicalities.
3 new bodies, fresh, live, young bodies.
Yes.
No families or friends within thousands of miles, no one to ask embarrassing questions when they disappear.
Check out the old LA signage. Like, late 1950s. 1958. They started
Victor
filming
wondered which
on
one
this.
Mrs. March would pick, the little Mexican, the girl from Vienna, or the buxom blonde. Victor knew his pick, but he still felt uneasy. Making love to an 80-year-old woman in the body of a 20-year-old girl, it's insanity. Still, Hetty's plan to transfer her fortune to the new body had been brilliant. Unpleasant to think of what was going to happen to these girls, but a man has to consider his own future. What would happen to him if Hetty were to cast him off after all these years?
Hetty.
Warm welcome, they hang out.
Well, there's your new home, girls.
Gives me the shivers. Aren't there any neighbors?
Nope.
Are there any other servants?
No, but I don't think you're going to find it boring.
Oh, it's an exciting workplace. I do like workplace dynamics. Seen. Kitty.
What a jolly little place this is.
Place. Austrian? Vienna? Australian? What?
No one's to leave this house without permission. Enough. Hurry along. Hurry up. Now go.
Ignore the fact that the little Mexican woman screamed. Pay no attention to the screaming woman. Hey, Mrs. March.
Good.
No need for baggage. Mrs. March has enough of her own. This is totally a normal maid interview.
Turn round. Slowly. Get the doctor. Get the doctor.
Lesbian. Slowly. Well, her accent is... Yeah, no, all the accents are fake.
As with the other bodies stolen from cemeteries, the nerve endings of the brain were too far gone to receive a proper transplant.
Naturally.
The experiment had failed to produce anything more than a walking, breathing, zombie-like creature. But the doctor permitted her to wander about the laboratory. She was quite harmless and, at times, even amusing.
Charming, isn't she?
Lab pet.
Did you want something?
Mrs. March is waiting for you. The girls have arrived. She doesn't have a brain. Might be advantages.
Advantages? Advantages?
I want them examined immediately.
Ooh.
Very well. This way.
Examined.
Victor, the doctor can conduct the examination perfectly. What an old spoiled sport I am. Have you disconnected the phone? Can't I depend on you for anything?
No.
Won't it be nice when those girls start calling police, employment agencies, immigration authorities, consulates?
There will be no phone calls.
Oh, that was simple.
Idiot. She's useless.
There is one more test I should make.
Do anything you want with her. The other two?
Perfect medical specimens. All right, Anita. Get dressed now and wait for the others.
Welcome to America.
Mrs. March, I am now giving you notice. I do not care to work in this house any longer.
I want there to be a
demand that...
lady.
Let's sign an
Canadian.
agreement. If you have any objection, you will discuss them with the immigration authorities as provided for in your papers.
But Mrs. March...
Later. Stand up, my dear.
I've got the same measurements as Marilyn Monroe.
But do you? But do you?
The lucky girl.
Yeah?
Allow me to be the first to offer congratulations. To both of you.
Huh? And
me?
magically, the clothes are back on.
Come on. Come on.
Got naked in front of an old lady for nothing. Hate it when that happens.
Your room is in the basement, Anita. Nina, your room is upstairs, right across
Nina.
from the top of the stairs.
Not Nina. Nina.
I'll have to show you.
Torgo's cousin. It could be. He's not as cute as Torgo, though.
I think it will be lonesome down there.
Nonsense. You'll be all right. Go on.
Poor girl. Into your hobbit hole. Into your hobbit hole. Little doors for little people. I am living for her woven basket.
Gracias.
De nada.
Thank you.
Just to make sure that he knows. I live for the ancient phone. Ancient. Incoming facts. Soup song. Yeah, people have pointed it out that the director, even though he only did one, like, he has good cinematography. Like, he knew what he was doing with the camera. Who stole the wires? They needed the copper. Times is hard.
Keeney's?
Keeney's? It's Keenis! Girl, Keeney's.
Who is it?
Oh, girl. Oh, baby girl, no. I need a no. I need a cocktail. I need a break. I need a personal boundary. Oh. Okay.
B. Are you sure she's not in her room?
Yes.
Victor left a little while ago. Maybe she went with him.
Yeah.
She didn't get out of this prison without permission, that's for sure. Yes. But you would have said goodbye. Why should she? We only met her yesterday. I don't blame her for not wanting to sleep in the basement.
Basement?
It's funny, though. Mrs. March wouldn't even listen when I asked to be dismissed. This house gives me the creeps. She doesn't even have any uniforms for us.
See, what in the world do you think you're doing?
You told us last night to clean and polish in here.
Look at your hands. That will leave a stain on them. Now don't argue. Go in and wash them immediately. You can put the things away after Nina cleans them.
Nina.
Mrs. March, where is Anita?
Anita? Oh. She left. Last night.
I
She
would
didn't
like
wanna
to
live in
give
a
notice,
hovel.
too.
I will discuss it with you. Another time.
In the meantime, work. Work now. I do admire how polite they're being. But of get bent, old lady. I would like to put in notice too. Yeah, like she's doing an Aussie accent. Like,
Nina! Nina! Come here this instant.
Nina. I need a better agent.
Yes, Mrs. March?
Your name isn't Nina.
But Mrs. March, she's got polish all over her, and I'm not doing anything.
I don't want you running up and down stairs. Those
want you
pretty
docile.
legs of yours will get ugly muscles. Send Nina to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Ugly
I'll be in my room.
I can't. Don't go upstairs too
You come
much.
with me.
I want you like veal. I want you to have lax musculature. I want you to be winded and everything. Mrs. March is a feeder. Not kink shaming, but I'm just realizing.
I want to show you something.
Shimmy off screen in totally not suspicious manner. She left her woven things.
Anita wouldn't leave without taking her clothes. I think we'd better get out of here, fast. Bea, I'd hate to go if she's still here. You'll go now if you go with me.
My? She is doing an Australian accent. I didn't even notice. Ah!
This hinge is loose. Help me.
This hinge is loose. Like you. Reading for filth. Meanwhile, in the factory set of Babes in Toyland.
One last experiment before Dr. Frank would be ready. But this was the most critical of all the experiments. For the first time, the grafting operation would be performed on a living human body, and the brain would come from the doctor's favorite cat. Anita was ready.
Was she, though?
It's me, Nina.
Hi,
What
Nina.
about your clothes? Never mind, let's go.
Joe, I let Dr. Frank put it. I don't know. Dr. Frank, I mean, he has that, like, 1950s G.I. Joe, like, head and face, where it's, like, rubbery and crew cut, but I don't know if I need all that.
Bea, she almost saw us.
Almost.
Let's wait a while to make sure we won't run into her.
Ah, the years before motorized chairs up stairwells. I love old Hollywood palatial mansions. I'm just expecting, like, Joan Crawford to come turning around the corner with a baby in her arms and a full evening gown trailing behind her. Just me? Weather-worn realness, a.k.a. Daddy. Oh yes, Christian. The kitty. Do you hear that, Mishka? This is a cautionary tale. It's asleep. Here. I gave him tuna. That's all he wanted today. Sneaky granny. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky granny. Sneaky temp maids. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky temp maids. With full support bras. With the comb and the underwire. The padlock's gone. The doggy boy's gotten divorced. Just me? Okay. GTFO! GTFO!
B.
A.
B.
C. Oh shit, it's the Radiation Remix! Bah, 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 bah. Club Atomic Split Splat. In that case. I'm free. I can lurk in other rooms now. This is quarantine phase 1.
B.
C, D,
B. Where are you? Answer me.
What up, B? Oh, drive safe, Wayne.
I'm here, Mrs. March.
He's there, Mrs. March. Keeping her locked in.
She's locked us in. Open it. I said open it. Mrs. March.
Can't be possessive like that, Mrs. March.
Victor! Victor!
Frankenstein? We have a Victor, a Frank. We just need a Steen.
Well, you took long enough.
The lawyer will see you in the morning. I told him you were going to change your will.
Sexy human Roomba.
We'll have to check the basement door. It broke loose.
I thought I was a cat lady.
You failed.
Norma Desmond was like, that seems excessive. Oh yeah.
She thinks she's a cat.
I mean, she is.
Nice kitty.
Can't.
Well, I see you still resent the way Mrs. Marsh treats you. I can't say that I blame you. Kitty's always been very fond of me.
Kitty.
Don't you?
Does she have all the instincts of a cat?
Watch.
I will now provide her with catnip. Watch her get stoned. Aww. Not the mousy mouse. Well, here we go.
She ate it.
I mean, for now. You'll get it back on your carpet in about 5 minutes. Sexy human Roomba. Sexy human Roomba free now. Sexy human Roomba doing the garden.
B. Is that Anita? Where? Oh, I don't think so.
I go walking after midnight. We have the dog man.
Look out!
The cat man.
Somebody help her.
Don't you hate when one monster names another monster?
Back, Hans. Back.
Cheese stick. Desert Cattle Club. Yes, they did film that reverse.
Hans. Hans.
I mean, you gotta have methods.
I still think you should have locked them up.
They're not about to leave this house after what they've witnessed. They know Hans is outside there.
If Ryan Murphy was given his druthers, he would reference this in something.
Even if we could get past that creature outside, there's still the electric fence. The phone's dead. We can't get help that way. If we could get the car... That's it! Victor! Victor!
What about Victor?
He likes me, I guess.
Likes me.
If you could get the keys from him...
Victor's not gonna do that.
B. I was having a little nightcap.
Yes.
Who do you think you are, pinching me?
What? What?
Maybe you like some company. Someone like me?
Mm.
That's more like it. Don't you like me, Victor?
Waiting for these guys to launch Norma Desmond down the dumbwaiter shaft. I'll do it again.
Wait.
Let the other one see. Mrs. March's jealous eyes everywhere. She knows. She can tell.
Hans is chained. Let's go outside.
Outside? I think I'd like that.
Transplant and chill. Yes. Actually, that is specifically the plan. What is with this flute that sounds like Happy Birthday? To you. Harvey Weinstein casting. Ugh.
Victor! Victor!
Let him get his druthers. Don't go over the girl. I watched Tiger King. I know how this ends. She is never going to financially recover from this.
Anita! What are you doing up there? Anita, what's the matter with you? Don't you know me? Anita, listen to me. It's...
Yep. That happened. Mm-hmm. Yep. What you thought just happened, happened.
Anita. Stay right there. Don't move. I'm coming.
El meow. Soy un gato meow. Fanciful music. Have you ever listened to a score and thought to yourself, like, I want to know what movie this guy was making a film music for, or thought he was making music for? Because it is not this film. Whimsy onto the roof, music, music. There is a roof escape hatch in there. Anita. Anita got an eyeball. Turtle power. Anita on a hot tin roof.
Anita.
Girl.
Anita, let me help you.
Anita. Ooh, she does look like a young Jagger. And then she turns around and shows you her butthole because she trusts you.
Anita, wait.
Butthole! I'm a cat now. I do the opposite of what you want.
Take my hand.
I'm gonna do something else. I'm Anita the kitty cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance.
Anita. Anita.
Christian. Anita ate Carol Baskin's husband. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me.
Astonishingly complex, isn't it? The human eye.
That's the train. Pete?
She's unconscious, but she'll live.
No.
She will live.
Well, Anita won't. She's dead.
Oh, man.
Nina, dear, come along with us now. You've had a bad shock.
Yeah.
Get out of here, both of you. You staying with me.
Well, I tried.
Why don't you do something for her?
I've done what I can for now. Later, an operation might be possible. I'm preserving the eye. Let me show you. Come over here.
It's in a jar. Want to shake it? Needle dimple teaser.
The cellular structure is being kept alive by these electrical vibrations. I use the same principle in keeping that hand alive.
Rando
He is a very lucky girl.
Rando eye.
You think that ironical? Let me explain.
Not ironical.
I'm the only man alive today capable of restoring your friend's sight.
Oh.
Dr. Alexis Carrel, who pioneered the transplanting of vital human organs,
Yes.
kept a portion of an animal's heart alive for many years.
Mm.
For this, he received the Nobel Prize.
Did it have a bell?
And I, who have so far surpassed his efforts.
Surely you don't want to compare yourself with Dr. Carrel. He was humane.
I, too, fight to preserve life and to find the means to improve the lives of future generations. Your viewpoint is that narrow, ignorant one, held by the medical society today, which forces me to work in a place like this, to give in to the whims of a foolish old woman, because she can supply me with the funds I need to continue my work.
You're going to be all right. Nina? Yes, see. I can't see. What? Your eyes are bandaged. Something happened. Don't think about it now.
Nothing. Nothing happened.
Listen to me, Bee. Are you listening? This is important. Yes. We must be ready if a chance comes. I remember now. It was Anita. She... Oh, my eye! My eye!
Oh. You realize now? Well, time for some sleepy juice.
Give this chance to take effect.
Drugs.
I'm a doctor. I'll take care of her.
I'm sure you will take excellent care of her until your plans call for something else. Or am I to be the next one, Doctor?
I mean, now that we've entered into the final reel of the film...
There.
You got all the clothes
Yes,
and made my hair appointment?
I took care of everything on your list. while you were talking with the lawyer. Hair appointment, Monday, 10 a.m., Charles of the Ritz, under Nina's name.
I'll want Nina to model these later, after I've rested. You tell her.
Dear Nina.
They're back. I'll have to leave you now. Remember, I'm going to try to get us out of here tonight.
No. Forget about me. I won't go.
B.
And her
Don't talk
Austrian
like that.
accent. Austrian. Meanwhile, at the White House.
Mrs. March had not realized her new body had such a satisfactory shape. Perhaps not as spectacular as the English girl, but in excellent taste.
English?
She couldn't help being amused. The stupid girl was not only modeling Mrs. March's future wardrobe, but Mrs. March's future body. So firm, so nicely rounded in places men like.
Oh.
You might have knocked when you came in, Victor.
I'm sorry. Don't stop your style show on my account.
Does my aged Lochinvar disturb you?
Hetty, that's unkind.
Shut up. You see, it's hard
Get it,
for
girl.
a vain, stupid man to realize that he holds no attraction for a lovely young girl. You're not needed now, Victor. Close the door quietly when you go out.
I'm not going to be needed at all.
No.
That's what you're saying, isn't it? After tomorrow, when...
Victor! That's enough. Get out.
That's the way it's going to be when what?
Had to make the breakup messy. Had to make it awkward.
Don't ask tiresome questions. That will be enough for tonight. I want us both to get some rest.
So is Nina
Try to
supposed to
sleep.
be the
But
Austrian?
Mrs. March.
That's an order.
Or Vienna?
Do as I say.
Viennese? I'm not gonna lie, those like glasses and that dress, like, ooh, get it, girl. Hold it, Governor. Pip, pip.
You're not looking for me, are you? Why would a pretty young girl want to be around an old man?
What did you try to tell Mrs. March?
So that's what you plan to do. Get rid of old Victor once you get all that money. The only thing is, of course, it won't really be you.
Victor, please tell me. Try to make sense.
I am telling you.
Give me the plot in the last 10
Tomorrow
minutes.
you'll be one of the richest women in the world.
But why?
There's a press release. It's in the mails now. To all the major news syndicates.
Orphan girl, sole heir to March millions. Nina Rhodes has a lucky star. I don't understand.
The next press release will be March Mansion destroyed by fire. Cinderella girl, Nina Rhodes, sole survivor. Only it won't be you. It's a pity, too. You're nice the way you are.
I love you just the way you
Please don't
are.
let it happen. You could help me and B get away.
I don't want to lose my eye,
When you're a rich woman,
like the other girl.
you wouldn't forget an old friend. A friend who'd saved your life, would you? Get out of the car. And stay there.
Victor, B too. B must come too.
V must come
Wait a
to.
minute. Just to make sure.
Is Nina the Austrian? Oh. Okay. I like that these reaction shots of hers are completely on a black backdrop. Like, I'm not even trying.
Hurry.
Hey, Victor, what comes after Mrs. March? April. Oh, wait. I'm 9 now. Celebrate you, Roxy. Darth Vader. She's gonna bap you with her cane so hard. Her little old bap stick. Was fun.
You've got to come with me. No, I won't go. Why should I want to go on living like this?
Yeah.
I'll get Victor to help me, and we will carry you.
Best production of Little Women ever. Well.
Did you want something from Victor, dear? Sit down, my dear. I'm afraid you're wearing yourself out with all this rushing round. I don't like that.
You realize she's mad, don't you, Dr. Frank?
Relax.
Hurry, Doctor.
Shh, sleepy ragtime.
I'll be ready for you shortly, Mrs. March.
I'll be waiting.
I feel so rested and fresh. Fresh as a daisy.
It's finally about to happen. You don't know what it's been like for me, living with this ugly body of mine. Knowing that any attention I received was not for me, but my money.
Oh.
Well, nobody got any of it. I've never known what it was like to be loved.
He's about to
for
love you.
myself alone.
Love you right here on the table.
Why did you kill Victor, Mrs. March?
For fun.
Victor. Victor was a fool.
I mean, well, now
I'm
that you
a
put it that way.
practical woman, Dr. Frank.
Yes.
A business woman.
I've never been a very practical person. I suppose that makes me a fool, too, in your eyes.
Of course not.
Relax, Mrs. March. Just relax. Relax.
Trust the man who has your life in his hands. Cat box. Want some of that cat box? Hanging out in that cat box.
Waking up, are you? Good. I want to talk to you.
What, I got my stimulus check? They only wanted me for my money.
You signed a paper making Victor your legal guardian. That's right, isn't it?
I signed something, didn't I?
That would probably work as well for me. We could stay here. None of this would have to be destroyed. Feeling better, aren't you? Why don't you try it on your own? I wonder now if Mrs. March didn't intend, along with all the rest of this. You're a very wealthy woman now, Nina. What I must decide is how to keep you and your funds available with the least amount of nuisance to myself.
Well.
I could keep you under sedation until your signature was required.
Don't plot in front of her.
Or I could replace your brain amenable.
What about Mrs. March, Doctor?
Mrs. March no longer has a thing to say. Do you, my dear? Completely recovered, I'd say. How do you feel? I guess a transplant would be better. It won't hurt.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dr. Frank had enjoyed this transplantation.
Yes.
Mrs. March's brain winding up in the body of a cat. Poetic justice to think of autocratic Mrs. March scavenging in back alley garbage cans for her dinner.
Mrs. March is gonna puke in her shoes.
But Mrs. March doesn't take things lying down.
No, she doesn't. Mrs. March will zap yo ass. Oh no. In true cat fashion. That's where you're only supposed to stay in the hot tub for 15 minutes. I want my
Mrs. March did not intend to let her money get out of sight. She would follow that girl. Sometime, someplace, revenge would come.
Kitty's gonna get ya. Kitty's gonna get ya. This is the weirdest Epcot show I've ever seen. And that is Monstrosity. I hope you enjoyed it. I really want there to be a sequel where Mrs. March has like a descendant that stalks Nina instead. Oh my lord. And the little lurking cat right around the edge. By the way, the name of the real cat is Xerxes. Xerxes with an X. The end. Alrighty. Let us go back to some chill music. What do y'all think of today's film? Was it so good? No good? Did they do 5 years of editing for a good cause? Just to downgrade downgrade the film to what ended up in the can. So our next performance is going to be on Wednesday. Our next broadcast will be Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We're doing a set of different films about how to date as per the 1950s. Part 2 of that series is happening this Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I'll show you which one in a little sneak preview over the next day or so. But before people disappear out of here, I wanted to lift up a few different options people have for different ways to help the Black Lives Matter movement in general or right here in Orlando. First off the bat, we have the Orlando Dream Defenders. They're a local chapter of an organization called the Dream Defenders that are trying to do different things for the community, including workshops and all sorts of other things, but in particular, they're trying to bail people out of jail that might have gotten arrested during the protests. So if you wanted to donate to a good cause and keep it here in the community, you can. I highly advise reaching out to the Dream Defenders, and in fact, I'll put that link, all of these links, over in the chat room. So first off, we have the Orlando Dream Defenders. Secondly, on top of that, we have MPD 150. There's a lot of talk about Campaign Zero and some other ways of maybe slowly demilitarizing the police, changing key line item things. Well, recently the Minneapolis Police Department, there's been a vote to defund them as per their local city council. So MPD 150 put out a report on the 150th anniversary of the Minnesota Police Department, or rather Minneapolis Police Department, and they have plans on how to hopefully shift a lot of the funding from community policing to community care and other public services. And in particular, I want to send people information on what some of those plans are, because I think a lot of people are receptive to the idea of not relying on the police for every single line item thing, from stopping violent crime to finding a dog. MPD 150 has all of that information, which I will also throw up into the chat room as we speak. Then also, there is, last but not least, one other option that I want to give to you. There's a documentary film called The 13th, or rather just 13th. In particular, it's about the 13th Amendment, done by director Ava DuVernay. She's the one that also directed the film Selma, if you got to see that. This one's a documentary about the 13th Amendment that theoretically outlawed slavery, but added a loophole saying slavery is okay as long as the person's in prison. So, that documentary exists on Netflix, but just in case people don't have Netflix, Netflix has it up for free on YouTube for you to watch. So you can learn a lot about our legal system and our justice system and all the things wrong and maybe the path forward. So I'll put that link also up inside the chat room. And again, if you want to sponsor what I do here, please, by all means, I thank you for doing that. Even the $1 a month has helped. So thank you for helping me get my cat Fancy Feast and not replace his brain with mine. Instead, you can do that all at logandonahoo.com. gmail.com. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. Keep fighting the good fight. Do what you can, but don't get overwhelmed. That, of course, is what they want to happen to you. Stay well, and I will see everybody on Wednesday night for our ongoing learning about how to date as per the 1950s. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. I'll talk to you guys soon. Mwah.